Okay, today we have on the 5-minute mark, we've got Inga Intriago. Did I spell that? Did I say that right?
You said it perfectly,
All
Dennis.
right.
Yes.
We have an exciting podcast again here today for you, as are all of them we do here on the 5-minute mark. And I totally randomly picked up Inga on Facebook because I'm trying to find interesting people for our show. And she said, heck yes. So she's here today and we're going to have some really good conversation with her today. She is a model along with being an online marketing specialist. And I was told I have to say it just like that, online marketing specialist. You know, those people in that business are really, really picky on how you describe their jobs. So anyway, we got Inga here today. And Inga, why don't you tell the people all about you a little bit here today? Give them a little sunshine on you.
Great. Well, thank you, Dennis, so much for having me on the show. It's a real honor to be here today, and I'm looking forward to a very fun podcast. So, yes, I am Inga Intriago. I am from New Jersey. I moved out to California 8 years ago. First, I lived in Los Angeles for 2.5 years, and I moved to sunny, beautiful San Diego 5 years ago. And I get this question a lot. A lot of people ask me what my background is. So I'm American. My mom is African American, and my dad is from Ecuador. But then I also get people think I'm also Indian. You know, people think I'm from the Caribbean. So that's one interesting thing. Question that I get all the time. So, and then plus my name. I mean, I have a Swedish first name and a Spanish last name, so that kind of throws people off. As well. But, very happy to be here and love San Diego and just having a good time.
Well, it's not really that hard to have a good time in San Diego.
Oh, no, yeah.
Now, as you know, you get an event every single day that you're offered to go to. So,
I mean, San Diego, there's an event for everything. They celebrate everything in San Diego. So.
Cinco de Mayo Day and Cinco Sixto Day and, everything. We've got it all here.
Yeah.
So, Inga, you obviously are a beautiful woman.
Oh, thank you.
And you are here on our show. And I noticed on your Facebook page, you've got some beautiful model photos.
Yes.
And, what I'm trying to do on this show is to share with other women and men too, inspiring people. And obviously to do that, it takes a lot of courage to get out there and have people take pictures of you and all the stuff that goes with modeling. And you're also, again, you're very smart. I said my pre-interview with her today, you're like, I'm in websites and I do that kind of stuff. And she's like talking over my head. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to know more than her. So, but she's got a lot to share there as well. So, but let's just start out with the modeling thing. I mean, what made you want to model? Were you encouraged to do it, or were you just asked to do it, or you just said, hey, I'm going to get into it? Or
honestly, Dennis, it happened by accident. I had actually never modeled, growing up. I just kind of fell into it. Literally, when I first moved to San Diego, I met another model, and she had asked me, would you like to do a photo shoot with me? And I said, sure. And we did the photo shoot. It was actually out at the Salk Institute, and I worked with Ron Flores, who was a really, really awesome photographer. I love working with him. And after that, the photo shoots just started rolling in, and then I was asked to do a couple of runway shows. I've also modeled for Solo Eyewear. I did their summer campaign, I believe, 3 years ago. And
so no self-promotion or just good photos.
Yeah, just connecting with photographers and with with companies. I actually, the Solo job came up when they had a summer launch party at the Hard Rock. And I, walked in, and I was with my friends, and we were on the red carpet, and then like 2 days later, the owner, Jenny, reached out to me on Facebook, and she was like, we saw you at our party. We're going to be shooting for our, upcoming campaign. We would love for you to be a part of it. And I was really, honored. But another thing too is that I have tattoos. So when Jenny asked me to do the shoot, I said to her, just to let you know, I have tattoos. Is that going to be a problem? Because a lot of companies they campaigns, they want no tattoos,
and
But luckily, they thought about it, and then they came back. They're like, yeah, it's okay. But actually, I chose clothing that kind of covered it,
right?
Because you want a certain audience, and which is understandable.
Yeah, of course. It's all...
that was a great shoot. So yeah, just things kind of like just came one after the other.
So is it because like you're in a city that just has action everywhere you go, or were you just in the right place at the right time? And I mean, it's just.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I think just I worked with one photographer, I post the pictures, other photographers see, they want to work with me, or, I think it's just, people just see my images, and I guess they like my look. I could kind of, I've done.
You're making it sound way too easy here.
It's,
so if I just post pictures of myself on Facebook, I will be a model.
You may very well be.
I'm gonna maybe have to get my camera out here and try this out. But I mean, some of the pictures you've done are very, very beautiful, and you were telling me a little bit about a very special. One that you did in the desert.
Yes.
What desert that is again?
We shot at the Imperial Sand Dunes. This was back in January. And the theme behind that shoot, I came up with a concept 4 years ago. And
this is quite a story. So
yes. And the concept behind this shoot was I wanted to do a Indian Bollywood themed shoot, like out in the sand dunes. Beautiful Indian clothing, jewelry, just, that's the concept that I came up with. And I don't know what made me come up with that concept. I think it just popped in my head. Bollywood shoot, desert. Bollywood shoot, desert. I think I definitely want to do that. So I approached one of my good photographer friends, Sean Selfridge, and he's also a body painter and photographer. And I told him my idea, and he was like, Inga, that sounds like an awesome concept. When do you want to do it? And, I thought I was ready to do it, but I really wasn't. So, I kept pushing it off. And I realized now I wasn't in a good place in my life, professionally, personally. And I knew this was going to be a very, very special shoot, to me. And, I wanted to give this shoot my all. I wanted me at my very best, in every aspect of my life. So I pretty much put the shoot on hold for 4 years, actually.
4 years.
4 years. And just
That's
out of the blue.
That's a long time to wait.
I know. Yeah.
You're a very patient person. I can't put things off for 4 hours.
And Sean was like, okay, Inga, are you really ready to do this? But anyway, so, but he always said to me, Inga, whenever you're ready, you just let me know and we'll do the shoot. So I think it was sometime November of last year. I just woke up one morning and I reached out to Sean and I said, Sean, I'm ready to do the shoot. And we planned. Another one of our photographer friends, Todd Johnson, also came out and took some amazing shots. But yeah, the shoot was absolutely a huge success. And I think the reason why is because I was in a much better place in my life, and I, was in a much better place to do the shoot, to give it my all. But I have to thank Sierra, who lent me all the beautiful Indian clothing and jewelry. Of course, Sean and Todd, and I mean, it was just beautiful. We left San Diego at 3:30 in the morning to get there at 5:30 for the sunrise.
Right.
For the sunrise, actually, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful shoot. And it was actually fun being out there running around in the sand. But yeah, that shoot was very, very special to me. And like I said, I think that is why, because I wanted to give my very all and be my very best for that shoot, because I knew it was going to be very special. I've actually had people come up to me on the whenever I'm walking home from my car. I've actually had a couple of people recognize those photos on Instagram.
Oh, that's awesome.
And and they say, oh, you're the girl that did the Indian Bollywood shootout in the Imperial Sand Dunes. Like, really? They're like, yeah, we saw your photo on Instagram. So that's pretty exciting too.
So, you're kind of keying in on a really important thing that a lot of people, I'm learning, especially right now, is to wait and do things at the right time in your life. In other words, just don't do them just to do them. And to wait 4 years to do it, obviously it's a very special shoot to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than just the modeling and the shoot. And I mean, because that's one of the things I've struggled with. Like, I feel like the more I do, I just do it, I'm doing it, but it doesn't really work that way. It really doesn't.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
And if we just really wait till the right time to do something, it just comes out all the better. And,
yeah.
And it obviously has played a big role in being successful in this photo shoot, probably, right?
Yeah. I mean, timing is everything. I mean, you can't plan everything, but I think, depending on where you are in your life, and timing does mean everything. I don't think I would have done that shoot as well if 4 years ago, when I was in a not such a great place in my life.
I think it's more than timing. It's more your timing, your clock, your moments. You're feeling like you're in the moment. Like,
yes.
Obviously, doing this podcast, if your mind's over there, it's really difficult to focus on being in the podcast.
Yeah.
Same with anything. Same with a photo shoot. Like there's a lot of looks, and you have to have that I know nothing about it, but I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that, but you have to really be in the moment. And,
yeah, you
and
do.
I guess that was really a special. Obviously, it is a special thing because you waited 4 years for this. I have to go see these. I know I've seen the photos, but I want to go see them again now that we're they're more intimate for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's so funny because I've posted the pictures, but I should create. I don't think I've created a Facebook album for them yet. So
that's awesome.
But I'll do that. But yeah, definitely. Of course, my cover photo is one of the photos. But yeah, definitely go check them out. And
we'll include one of them in your profile on the website.
Yeah, maybe we'll actually we should. I'll include a few different modeling shots from some of my favorite shoots.
Okay.
Throughout the last few years.
Awesome. So from modeling to online marketing specialist, you said that's your passion.
Yes.
And you really enjoy it. And, it's so important if you're a woman or a man. I'm going to have to say both because, equal rights. But it's so important when you want to start a company is to more I'm saying the wrong words here. It's very important to know marketing more than anything.
Yeah.
Most companies just overlook marketing and then they can't get off the ground.
You definitely need marketing. Yes.
Yeah, and you were sharing a lot of great information earlier about keeping it simple.
Yep.
Is there any tips you could give people on your success with online marketing? Because it's where we're at. Social media, online marketing, all that stuff.
Well, to me, it's all about the content. Content is king. Definitely research your audience. Research your audience.
That's probably one of the most important things
think
that nobody does.
That's where it starts. Research. And then when you know who your audience is or have a good idea, when they're most engaged on social media, what communication tools or platforms that they prefer to get your information from, really utilize that. And also content is, very, is key here, but also make your content, short, concise, to the point. No one has time to read novels anymore.
No, it's
and
all
everyone's
video.
and everyone's attention span is like this. So it's keep it short, keep it concise. Just pretty much give your audience what they're looking for as far as content. But yeah, anything visually enticing, video, photos are always great. I'm a huge fan of video. So
yeah, me too. I'm a big fan of video, and I do websites as well on the side. But I have to keep reminding myself that you don't build the website for a computer anymore. You build it for a phone.
It's all everything is mobile now.
It's so different, and it's fun to do both. But now you're essentially building two different websites. But most people they run their lives on their phone now.
Yeah, you could pretty much do anything and everything on your phone. It's like you don't even need a laptop anymore.
I watched a video on Steve Jobs in 2010, and he talked about how computers will become trucks, and our phones will be our thing. And I was like, that's just, I don't see that. What is he talking about?
Yeah.
But here we are now. We're living it like.
Yeah. Look at us now.
Everybody uses their phone for email. They use it for texting, calling, viewing quick information, getting directions, doing this. We don't go to the computer anymore.
No, we don't.
We don't. So, short, sweet, simple.
Yep.
How about social media? There is different ways of doing that, and people just don't have. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't have a clue on how to use social media.
Well, I think social media is pretty much the same. You have to know your audience. You have to know what social media platforms that they spend most of their time on.
Right.
Not all industries are going to be on Facebook. Not all industries are going to be on Twitter. Some audiences may be more engaged on LinkedIn versus Facebook.
And that's a key point.
Yeah. So
a lot of people, they'll go, I need to have this. I need to have Instagram. I need to have Twitter. Twitter's great for if you're following some subjects, but if you're like a carpentry store, I don't think you need to have Twitter.
And depending on what your business is or what your company is, I know some hairstylists that are pretty much find a good amount of their clients through Instagram. So if you're if you have a product, a service that is visually visually enticing, or people are able to engage with that content because it is visually enticing, I think Instagram is really good. And also depending on what your service is, if you provide a service that you can clearly communicate through Instagram, I think that's great too. I love Instagram.
It's funny because everybody loves Instagram, and I still don't get it. You can't zoom the picture in. You can't do it.
Yeah, you can't. But
tell me why I should like Instagram. I still, it just doesn't function for me.
It's just.
But every woman's doing it.
It's just photos, and I think that's what it is. It's just a photo.
But don't you want to zoom in?
I mean, I would love to zoom in, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's just the photos. I think that's what a lot of people like about it. It's just a photo, just put in a caption, put hashtags, and that's it. It's just, clean and simple.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about, it's just a photo.
Speaking of hashtags, everybody's hashtagging and nobody knows what hashtagging is. Do you know that?
Well, that's actually why I like using Instagram, because depending on the hashtag that you use, that's how people can find you. Or if you want to find a particular, product or service, just search by that hashtag and a whole bunch of photos will come up. Actually, that's how I found one of my hairstylists. I was looking for a hairstylist that did a particular highlighting technique called balayage. I think I'm saying it right. But I just typed in the hashtag and did a search and hashtag San Diego and found her. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, that's how I use hashtags.
Right.
Search.
Well, I wanted people to know what that's what I was trying to say. So you did it. So
yeah. I do it all the time.
Yeah. But they'll put like hashtag, that has nothing to do with really search.
No. Yeah. I've seen some hashtags that are like, 2 lines long. And it's like, what does that mean?
They're using it for the trend of it, not
pretty
it's
much.
searchable. Yeah. Like work, WERK. Well, I don't think we're going to be searching you for work.
No.
Okay. But that's so funny. So funny. So anything else you would want to add to somebody who's maybe starting a business? Any where can they start for online marketing? Is there some sites they can go to, or any advice you want to give to help somebody out?
Well, I think I think the first thing for me when it comes to marketing is really.
So if you had $500 right now in your pocket, what would you do to start your marketing?
Well, I think the key before you do any research or, choose your platform is really know what is the end goal? Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
Right.
And then from there, research your audience. I would definitely, depending on where your audience is most engaged, I would, do Facebook. Facebook ads are also pretty good too. You reach a larger audience. Yep. You can do that. Of course, Instagram
Facebook's free.
Yeah, Facebook's free, but I think the ads you pay for. So, but it's very, very inexpensive. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get started. And of course, Twitter, LinkedIn is also great too. Depending on where if your audience is spending a lot of time on LinkedIn, they do have the paid ads. But yeah, I mean, just. That's probably where I would start, and then also maybe look into a email marketing service like MailChimp. Okay. Those are pretty much, it's free just to get started on that. And
MailChimp's free?
I believe MailChimp is still free. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't used it in a while,
right.
But I'm a huge fan of MailChimp for your email marketing. If you're a small business just starting out. So yeah, that's kind of like where I would start. Mm-hmm.
And I noticed you're a big business networking person.
Yes.
You're always going to networking events. Mm-hmm. How can people find these kind of events?
Let's see.
I've seen to see you at all the events.
I think
you're an event specialist.
Oh, not really, but I just like going to them. I think when you go to these events and as you're networking, that's pretty much how you find out about other events. Like there's one of my favorite networking events is Tasteful Tuesdays, and they meet the first Tuesday of every month, and it's a really great group of like-minded business professionals and from all different industries and backgrounds. And actually, I think tomorrow they're having one. They're having a meetup tomorrow, but I always have a great time at that networking event. But yeah, that's I think networking after work is also a good one. But pretty much, just word of mouth. That's how I find out about events.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or just because you have great photos on your Instagram.
Maybe that could be it too.
Who knows? So today we've got Inga Intriago.
Mm-hmm.
I say that right?
Inga Intriago.
Inga Intriago.
Yes.
I'm really working. I'm from Boston, and it's funny because I come out here to America, San Diego, and everything is in Spanish and this and that.
Yeah.
Where I come from, it's Main Street. Our names are Jim, John, Smith.
When I first, it's so funny you mentioned that, because when I first moved to Los Angeles, a lot of the streets are Spanish, like Sepulveda. I don't know if Sepulveda is Spanish, but I think Hacienda. So a lot of the streets I had trouble pronouncing because like you. I'm from the East
Jola.
Coast. Yeah, I'm from the East Coast, so everything's like Maine or street
Simple,
or
right?
yeah, it's just simple, but yeah, I became accustomed to pronouncing all these Spanish names and yeah. So
why don't you just shorten your name and make it simple for me? So when I do my podcast, I don't have to like do all these enunciations.
Oh, I love Intriago. Just
It
keep
is.
saying it. Just keep saying it over and over again.
It is good. It's a great name.
Thank you.
So
Thank
I want to
you.
thank you so much for randomly coming on my show and sharing
Dennis.
some good things with my listeners out there. And I do want you to definitely check out her Instagram. And do you want to let people know how to get to that?
Yes, you could just go to Instagram. It's under my full name, Inga Intriago. Also on Twitter, also at Inga Intriago. But yeah, I'm very active on Instagram. Instagram is probably my favorite platform right now. So I love sharing my photos and sharing all my outings with my friends downtown and all my foodie pics.
I saw that. Yeah. You're making me hungry.
I'm a member of this one travel group here in San Diego called GoGoBot. So it's a group of travel and foodie enthusiasts. So we do a lot of cool things. We do a lot of fun outings. We do a lot of fun tastings. So I've met a lot of really cool people through that group. Yeah, but yeah, I love showing foodie pics on my modeling pics and just hanging out with my friends and having a good time.
That's awesome, and that's what it's all about. Is marketing through friends, marketing through social media, online. We've got it all.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much,
and
Dennis.
sharing with us here today, giving people tips on modeling and online marketing and just, helping people out. And that's great. That's what I'm all about here at the 5 Minute Bar. So we're going to end it right here. Again, thank you guys for all listening here today. This has been a great time here with Inga. And hopefully our next guest is not showing up for today. It doesn't look like. There's been a family emergency. So, but I guess I got the day off. So anyway, but tomorrow's guest is going to be an amazing guest, and I look forward to doing that as well, as all our guests are amazing. So till then, we'll talk to everybody soon.